like to go out there for your first time as an NFL player in an NFL practice?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's good to get my feet back wet, especially, I haven't practiced since November, so it's been a while.
What's the biggest challenge right now for you?
I'll just say just changing my footwork and techniques and learning the playbook to what the Jets do.
How much of the playbook are they giving you bits and pieces to start with, or are they kind of like what's the load right now that you're learning?
Bits and pieces every day, but it's been pretty smooth though.
What was yesterday like for you signing your first contract?
It was pretty cool, especially once I looked at all them zeros on the page. That's when I didn't realize how much money I was getting, but now it's definitely a blessing for sure.
What's been your impression of Aaron Glenn? And obviously you have a bunch of meetings with him prior to getting here, but how do you see him as a coach and a leader here?
Yeah, I respect him a lot, and I like the culture that he's building here for sure.
Can you expand on what the things you like about him, discipline, player coaching, and kind of thing? I know it's early stages here, but
The coach Glenn, he's not going to demean you, but he's going to demand the best out of you. So I like that.
How much have you spoken to your other linemen here, that the veterans and Justin this week? Have you seen them or talked to them at all, and you just got here yesterday?
I just met Olu today, so we talked a little bit. So it was good to get to know him.
Armand, with all those zeros, do you have any plans to how are you going to spend it?
I don't have no big plans right now. Probably really just taking care of my family.
What's your early impression of your O-line coach?
I like him a lot, yeah. Doing install yesterday, it was good to learn the playbook.
How much do you think Olu can help you, as he just went through this a year ago?
Yeah, he was a rookie a year ago, so he definitely be able to help me a lot.
What are your feelings about having your quarterback cook here?
It means the world to me. It's dope seeing Brady here, and it's just cool seeing, because I've been with him my freshman year at Mizzou, so it's awesome.
When you met Olu, what did you guys speak about?
Really, I just asked him about how it was like for him last year, and then he was just telling me what it was like for him, and then just the life of a rookie.
What kind of quarterback is Brady Cook? Like, what are the Jets getting?
Just a leader and just a very, very tough dude. I mean, if you've seen that Auburn game last year, he went to the hospital mid-game and he came back and won it for us. So that just shows you the type of character and leader that he is.
what was your reaction when you found out they were bringing him in?
I was just happy. He texted me. I was super happy.
Did you have any idea that was maybe in the works at all, or was that a surprise for you?
Yeah, he told me that it was a chance that he could come here, I think, like a week before the draft. So I was definitely happy when he came.
I'm sure these last couple of weeks have been a whirlwind. Has there been a moment where you kind of sat back and appreciated that you're here, and what does that feel like to,
No, for sure. It means the world that I'm here about the same time. It's my job now, so it's time to get to work.
How much different is this offense from what you did in college?
Honestly, it's, a little more detail. I mean, obviously NFL more detailed and everything, but it's not too different because, wide zone and stuff. So it's been good it hasn't been too complicated to learn.
I know these are light practices, but how good does it feel to get back out there and hit people again?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, I haven't practiced since November, so it's been awesome to, finally get my feet back wet again.
What's the last couple of weeks been like for you?
It's been good, definitely enjoying the draft in that moment with my family. It was great, but now getting here to New York and getting to work, it's definitely exciting. So really just going through the whole process, but definitely enjoyed it. But now it's time to go, and now it's time to work. So I'm getting focused into everything and, getting at it. So it's been fun.
Why 46?
That's just the number they gave me, so, I'm here to play football. It's not about a number. So whatever number they assign me, no question about it, just go play ball.
Did you ask for your dad's locker, or did you know where it was?
No, I didn't. No, that would be funny, though. No.
What's it like being back in this facility? I'm guessing you maybe were here as a kid?
I'm guessing the pictures will tell you, but I was way too young to tell. So, but yeah, seeing the pictures and being here now is definitely a surreal moment. But again, taking advantage of my opportunity here, and the coaches bringing me in, trusting me to be a part of their program, just speaks to the level of confidence they have in me, and just giving them all I got on the field for mini camp and showing that in the meetings and weight room and all that is definitely something I'm looking forward to do.
What's your impression of Arian Glenn? I know it's been a short period of time. You had some conversations with him prior, but how do you see him as a leader and disciplinarian and players coach and whatnot? What's your biggest impression?
Yeah, I think he has a really good balance of, being serious, and I just met him, like you said, being serious and then being a player's coach as well. So being someone that you can kind of talk to, be loose with, and then he's going to, get on you on the field, and he's going to be that guy that can, you can lean on. So it's been amazing, and I just got here, like I said, but I'm definitely looking forward to doing more business with him for sure.
How did it feel to get out there and get to catch some balls and play some football for the first time in a while? I imagine like some actual football.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, like you said, first time in a while. I mean, I'm not training like a track star anymore. It's now all about football. So it's definitely been amazing. And getting out here and first day of minicamp today, it's been awesome. It's a great experience.
How much time have you spent with the first round pick, Armand? Do you know him at all? Did you just met him here? Like, what were your impressions of him?
Yeah, like I just met everyone today, or yesterday. So I met him. He's actually my locker buddy, so he's next to me, and just getting to know him well because I'm going to be playing aside of him, and all the rookies. So I mean, it's definitely, like I said, a great experience, and just one step at a time, getting to know everyone and all that stuff has definitely been great.
What's it like? I mean, LSU is obviously known for producing so many great receivers. What's it like being a tight end in that offense? Do you feel like almost like an afterthought at times? I know you ended up as the all-time leading receiver for tight ends, but do you kind of feel like with the receiving talent there, your numbers could have been so much better, like had it not been so receiver-driven?
I just think, I fit my role in that offense, and I was, being that kind of, I guess, as people say, security blanket. So being that in the offense, fitting your role. We had times where we're getting our, first-round draft pick receivers open, and then sometimes I'm down in the flat or I'm getting the zones and holes that bring them open, and just really fitting in my role. And I wouldn't say my stats would be, better without them. I mean, it was a blessing to play with them. And I would never trade that opportunity experience for anything. Playing with Malik, BT, Kyron, and all those people. I mean, it's a unforgettable experience, and it's something that's helped my game definitely on the field for sure.
Have you had a chance to speak to or meet Justin Fields yet?
I spoke with him on the phone, or texted on the phone as of draft day, so it was definitely great to get to hear from him and Jeremy as well, and getting to know them here in the next couple of days is going to be important, and getting an off-season work with them would be great.
Did you face off with Malachi at all when LSU Alabama? Where did you guys match up at all?
I'm sure we did. Yeah, we play them every year, so I'm sure we did. And like you just mentioned, he's a great player. So getting to work with him as well, being rival schools, and then being able to work together is definitely, and compete against each other, most importantly in practice, is definitely going to be fun.
What's it like diving into the playbook right now?
Yeah, it's good. One day at a time, like Coach Blasco says, and I think really just taking it all in, really getting into the playbook, knowing your assignment and everything around you and everything like that. I mean, the coaches do a great job of giving us the installs and teaching it all. So, I mean, it's been great, and it was a great rookie mini day camp, day one.
Have you had any conversations with Malik at all in terms of what his experience has been like?
Not really, I wouldn't say. No, not yet.
Is it tight at all, or?
Yeah, we're pretty close. I haven't talked to him that often, so.
Since the moment you got drafted, what's been the biggest surprise? Has something through the process or the post-draft celebration to this moment today surprised you? Hearing from someone from your past that you hadn't heard from in a while?
I don't think so. I mean, coming into this, I had high expectations. It's the NFL, so it's a big brand and a big program, and I just think coming in, just knowing to fit my role, work hard, keep my head down, and just again work hard. That's what's going to help me gain the trust of these coaches and players and the vets. Just showing my consistent hard work every single day is something I'm looking forward to doing.
Did your dad give you any parting advice before you left this minicamp?
Yeah, he actually shot me a text yesterday, last night before our first day today. Just be where your feet are, take it one step at a time, and that's something I've done my whole entire life. Just one day at a time, one install at a time, one practice at a time, one workout at a time. So really, just being where your feet are, stacking days, will show your consistency, and then that will get the trust from the coaches and players as well.
Even though it's a different position and different era and all that kind of thing, was there any? Have you ever felt pressure being, your dad's son, so to speak, because of how good he was, along the way? Has that been a detriment? Not detriment, but has that been something you felt at all, or is it something that you think has helped you more?
I mean, yeah, I think a lot of people there's high expectations for sure just because of the last name. But, I mean, when people say, like, oh, let him have his shine, stop saying his dad's name. I mean, I love it. We're family. Him and my uncle, Zach, I mean, I'm wanting to be like them. So, I mean, you can call it in their shadows. But, I mean, I love, modeling my game after theirs, their hard work. I know because they're on the defense. But just their hard work and how they weren't highly recruited coming into the NFL. Their hard work, consistency every single day. I mean, I look up to those guys for sure.
During the draft process, there was a lot of talk about the tight end from Penn State, the tight end from Michigan. Did you feel underrated or overlooked at all during that whole process?
I wouldn't say, everyone's part of a different program, a different scheme. I just tried at LSU. I really just focused on, fitting our scheme and being a consistent player in our offense and, doing everything coaches asked of me. And again, I'm just translating that over to the Jets now. Not really trying to compare myself to any other people. I mean, I'm just a tight end that loves to do it all and, loves to have a lot of stuff on my plate.
What's been the key for you in those, clutch moments that you had at LSU, big plays, at the end of games?
I think your preparation. Preparation's a big thing because you can't fly around if you're unprepared. It's really just your second thinking is like second nature almost. I think being prepared in those moments and and through walkthroughs, practice, studying, and film, being prepared for those moments, it just your confidence levels up and you're going to make the play. Is a big thing for me. So just really how you prepare and how I know the playbook, ins and outs of that, really helps me in those moments to, perform well.
You went to LSU, which obviously produces a lot of NFL players. You also went to St. Thomas Aquinas, which also produces a lot of NFL players. What did your high school experience do for you to prepare you for this?
Oh, it's great. I mean, our head coach, Roger Harry, he's still there. He really teaches you, the core values of being a great person, but also a great player. And I think that was big for us. I mean, anyone who went there, we had D1 guys going every single year, 20 plus, and I think he really knows what he's doing coaching-wise. But like I said, being a better person is something he really strives yourself on, and that leads with hard work, consistency, being on time, and all that type of stuff. He really harps on those important facts, and he holds you accountable. At a young age, I mean, you don't see that pretty often. So he runs a great program there, and I would suggest that program to anyone.
Take a couple more. As far as blocking, all rookie tight ends obviously need to work on the blocking a little bit. What do you do in the spring with so little or no contact to improve your blocking?
Just the fundamentals, the little things, and that's really what it is and what separates, blockers in the NFL. It's the little things. So it's your footwork, basic footwork, your hand placement is big, pad level. So that's really it, and critiquing those and making sure you're consistent in those areas, that's all blocking is. So being consistent in those areas when things are flying around is something I definitely want to work on this summer for sure.
You're known as a very sure-handed receiver. Were you always that way, or is that something you just have to really work on to get to that? Did it come naturally? Or?
I think it's natural, yeah. I mean, shout out to my mom and dad. I mean, I just think it comes natural to me being a football player and really just, of course, hard work as well. But I think it's pretty much natural, I'd say.
Did you play defense when you were younger? I imagine when you showed up, they were like, oh, he's going to play defensive end.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, little league. I was defensive end until about my freshman year of high school. I actually changed to tight end, so definitely played defensive end a little bit.
What was it like getting on the field today?
A surreal moment, it's like a full circle moment where everything's coming all together. Just getting one step closer to living out your dream. So I just took it one step at a time and stayed where my feet are and, enjoyed every moment I had in and gave it all I had. So I enjoyed today.
Did you have a moment at all where it kind of hit you, where you had your helmet or you see your locker or something? Is there anything?
I'll probably say yesterday when I got here, I looked at my locker, see my name on the locker, and I was just like, dang, that's crazy. That's my last name. And I sent a picture of my mom and my family, and they were excited too. So I'll probably say yesterday when I got here.
What's been your interactions with some of the other Jets receivers since you got here?
Just brotherhood, we're all in rookie camp, we're all new, so we're just trying to build a little brotherhood and just, take it each day at a time and help each other as much as we can. Like, whether somebody don't know a play, I'm going to try to help them out and give them a little nugget. I ask questions and just, honestly, just help each other.
Have you had any interaction with Garrett Wilson a little at all since you got here?
No, not yet. I haven't seen Garrett. It's just, it's rookie camp right now, so I don't think the vets are here. They are, but they're just, not at the practice or just coming in out the building, so I haven't seen them yet, but I'm sure I will eventually.
What's your early impression on Aaron Glenn and what kind of leader he'll
He reminds me a little bit of my old coach I had in college, but I feel like he's a genuine person. He's going to tell you straight up what he wants from you, and he's going to coach you hard, and that's what I want. I want to be coached hard, and I want to be demanded, and I want them to pull out nothing but the best, and I want them to push me to be the best I can be, not just just one person, like on one trick pony. I want to do everything that everything they want me to do. I want to be able to do it.
What's your thoughts about Sean Jefferson? Get to know him.
Say it again.
Sean Jefferson, the receivers coach.
Oh, he's a great coach. Just we kind of built a relationship over the draft process, and they brought me in at 30, so we built a little relationship over those little moments. So he's one of those people that he ain't gonna BS you. He gonna tell you straight up. Like if I did something wrong, he gonna coach me hard, just like Coach Glenn, and he gonna make sure I'm pushing myself to be the best version of myself I can be.
What are the biggest things you want to work on this spring and in training camp?
Honestly, everything. Receivers as a whole, breaking down the routes, catching the ball down the field, winning at the line, and being more physical in the run game. I want to become a better blocker, so they can trust me on all phases of the game. So.
A lot of times people talk about your speed and your down the field ability. How much do you want? You talked about it as like an all-around receiver. You kind of alluded to it there. But how much is that a goal for us?
It's a major goal. It was a goal for me at Georgia once I stopped running track. So. That I strive to be that. I strive to be an all-around receiver. Like speed, yes, my strength, but I can be so much better than just speed. So, and that's what I want to be, much better than speed. So.
Why did you give up track?
I gave up track just because the workload, and to be good at something, you got to put time into it. So it ain't gonna just happen overnight for me to be one more whole receiver. I got to put all of my time, all of my everything into it. So I felt like I was shorting myself in that area, and I knew at the end of the day that I wanted to play football on the next level and hopefully win a Super Bowl one day and help teams win and make big plays. So I love track. I did a lot in track and accomplished a lot, but I know I can accomplish more in football.
Do you think maybe some of those early injuries you had were due to playing two sports and the stress it was putting on your body?
Yes, I probably would say just the work. Yeah, definitely the workload. My body it was difficult for my body to catch up and recover when I'm, working out year round in two sports, and I didn't really have a time to, let my body relax. So definitely.
What aspects from the track, can you bring over to the football field as far as that'll help you?
I'll probably say my mindset on things. In track, you have to have I feel like it's an individual sport, so you gotta have a strong mental side on things, and in my explosiveness too. Obviously the speed and everything else and all those talent accolades come with it, but my mental part of it, I feel like I'm a very tough person, and I'm one of those people that rub off on people. I love to work. Like today, I had probably one of the best days of my life today, first day of practice. But yeah, I probably say the mental part and just me. Yeah.
Is there a receiver in this league you're trying to emulate, trying to sort of match?
No, not really. I'm trying to be myself, honestly. But I watch other receivers and, watch things they do and tendencies they might take on a certain play or release or, I watch other receivers, but I don't really strive to be someone but myself.
Did you say it was your best day of practice on any level? Is that what you said?
No, not the best day of any level on practice. Just like the best day I've had practice in football. Just had I had fun meeting new people, building connections, and hearing the quarterback tell me to not do that, do something else. So just being where my feet are and enjoying the moment.
You look just from us watching him. We can obviously see the speed. What did it feel like out there against with some other guys? You feeling it at this, even though you're all kind of the same level, but how'd you feel out there practicing?
I felt good, man. The tempo's a little different than doing combine training and stuff like that. So obviously, I'm gonna catch up to speed as time goes, but just it felt good going out there and competing against good. I love good competition. I love people that can run with me because it makes me work harder and strive to be faster because I don't want to be the person that's running down the field and somebody just running with me. I want to be the person that always get open and and get separation. So
you ran a pro-style offense at Georgia. How is the offense different than the one that you ran in college?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily different. Some of the things that you do and say are similar, but I feel like the terminology is different and just how they go about stuff is different than Georgia. And yeah.
How motivating is it when people talk about drops? They bring up the drops.
It was very motivating. I'm not the type of person that never runs for stuff I did. whether I earned it and whether it's my fault, you know, I'm not the type of person that makes excuses on anything. So definitely gives me motivation.
How do you work on that?
Just like how you work on anything else, I would say put time into it and, you know, be intentional on it.
Is there a part of that? You said that undrafted under your knowledge, there's something you want to improve on. Do you feel like it's technique? Do you feel like it's focus? Or what is it that led to the drop?
I'll probably say focus. Not necessarily technique, because there's no special technique of catching the ball. You just got to catch it. I feel like it's focus and, you know, me worried about other things other than catching the ball.
Can that be difficult? Because, you know, we're asking about it. There's obviously a focus on it, and when you're trying to fix it, does that make that more of a challenge?
What you mean by like just catching the ball and like focusing on like catching it?
Yeah, I mean, well, I just mean because it's been an issue. So, like, is there extra pressure to not have one, you know, crop up and then it becomes like a thing?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I get unwanted pressure daily, so it wouldn't be, you know, it wouldn't be healthy for me to put pressure on myself unneeded. So, no, I play free and just, you know, worry about things I can control. And catching the ball is one of those. So.
You ran like, I think it was 4.36 in the combine, and there were people who thought you were actually could go faster. What's your fastest? Did you expect to do better? And like, what's the fastest you've ever run?
I ran 4.2 at Georgia. I don't remember when or what or when it was, but I think I ran a little faster at Georgia. Some of my friends kind of like snooped and like looked at the paper. They don't really tell us our times, but they told me I ran like 4.28 or something like that. But yeah, I feel like I could have went faster. I feel like it was a technique thing, and you know, I'm happy with what I ran. I was top 5 in every category, so I can't really complain. And my coach Stroud, he hit me on, was like, you know, stop being hard on yourself, man. You should be happy that you did that. So I kind of just changed my perspective on it. You know, I'm happy and blessed and grateful that I was able to go to the combine and showcase my talents.
With that kind of rare speed, how good do you think you could be in the NFL?
I feel like I could be really good. One of my favorite players, hitting on what, who said something about who I wanted to be. Like, I kind of like told him no, but one of my favorite players to catch a ball down the field is Deshaun Jackson. So I feel like I can be as good as I want to be, as good as I work to be. So, you know, if I put the work in, I'm going to be pretty good or good enough.
Aaron, have you ever returned kicks?
Not in college, but I did in high school. So, but hopefully I'm able to do that on this level and show you guys that I can return to.
I'm sure the last couple of weeks have been crazy. Other than today's practice, obviously, it's a great moment. Is there something that's happened the last couple of weeks that stood out that you remember from this time?
I'll probably say when the coaching staff called me. What day was it? Was it Friday, Saturday, one of those days? But just that day when Coach Glenn talked to me on the phone and the receiver coach and everybody, you know, just how they, you know, welcomed me in and told me that they believe in me and that they're ready. And I remember what Coach Jefferson told me. He said, you know, we already talked about what we want you to do and what you can do, and we're going to strive for you to do those things. And, you know, if you come here and put the work in, and everything will take care of itself.
How much does your deep speed help you on short to intermediate routes because they're so scared of you going deep, you can cut off the route?
It helps me a lot. You know, they're banking on me going deep. So if I come off the ball like I'm going deep, it helps me a lot when I have to run a 10 or 15-yard route than running a 15-yard post down the field. So, you know, it just helps me on the back end because they're opening up trying to get out, and I'm running at them knowing I got to break down in like 2-3 yards. So it helps me a lot.